Right. I actually don't feel quite comfortable doing an introduction just yet. I mean, I couldn't do a roster rundown. I couldn't be like, oh, welcome, this is the quarterfinal. Like, I think I'm saving that for the actual starting time. Oh, actually, can't hurt to just say it twice. Anyone who's already watching, first of all, wow, you're early. You're weirdo. But yeah, this is Germany versus the Netherlands, except I don't think there's any Dutch players in here yet. The maps will be Product, Upward, and if we need a decider, Badwater. In case you don't know me, I'm some dude who wanted to cast this anyway. And actually it's kind of a complicated story. And originally I thought I was gonna have to like compete with the blackouttv stream. Because they also plan to. Oh god, I'm getting added. Well, this is not the time for that though. I could be doing like live on-stream recruiting a sub for my team. But I'm not sure if that's entirely appropriate. Especially if I'm being hosted on blackouttv. Which would be quite nice. I don't know if that's running just yet. Either way, I'm just going to keep talking and pretending as if that was the case. Which, honestly, is advice for life. Just pretend like the cool thing's happening. You can check later if it actually is. Not sure why that's advice for life. I'm not sure what other situations you could apply that to, but I mean, go ahead. And still only Germans as far as I can tell. Pretty sure Tea Time is German. Yeah, I did a quick little double check for the audio, which seemed fine. And in the like couple of seconds that I watched back, the frame rate was also fine, so I'm not too worried. Although you will have to enjoy my wonderful pixely texture config. That's what happens when you watch a solo cast. But yeah, right now it's exactly 9 PM CEST, Central European Summertime. So I would really like to see some Dutch players starting to join. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fill the time with a little bit of run up. The first thing that I have to admit, like perfectly honestly, is I don't really keep up with top level Highlander all that much. Like I'm mostly looking at the results and players of the teams that, you know, I play against down here in Silver. So I know much more what's going on there. I could not tell you, honest to God, what Highlander team someone like Tea Time is on. I just don't know that off the top of my head, I'm afraid. But yeah, I decided to cast this game anyway. A, because, I mean, I've got to get started at some point. And B, because it's Germany versus Netherlands. So I am biased as barely anyone else. Isn't that a wonderful choice? Oh, what's he standing on? I didn't actually know that. You could stand on the window. I mean, I do know that you can stand on all sorts of crazy things across this map. You can stand there, you can stand there. This window? Interesting. So yeah, it's the quarterfinal, not sure if I mentioned that yet, of the Highlander Nations Cup. Where these two teams have a pretty different sort of story. Again, I haven't like memorized all the results or anything, but I know that Germany was in the high seed group before the playoffs, which means they basically had a guaranteed playoff spot from the beginning, and they only played for a better seed, so getting an easier opponent. Which they sort of meh did. Like I believe, shit, it's gonna be embarrassing if I get the teams wrong now. I think it was Sweden and England and Denmark. Was Denmark the other high seed group member? Not entirely sure, but either way, Germany got like 4 points in one game, 2 points in another game, and 0 against Sweden. That one I distinctly remember. That one I watched. Yeah. So that's... I mean, sure, it's the high seed. They're going up against other, like, favorite big teams, big nations. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. To only get 6 points in 3 games there. And as I said, since it was high seed, they got their spot in playoffs anyway. But still, I feel like it's not as good as I would have hoped for. I did not, unfortunately, participate in a little prediction game. If you look at ETF2L at the forum post, there's a Highlander Nations Cup prediction game, and they are surprisingly accurate. I guess that's what happens when you actually follow top level Highlander, unlike me. Okay, now I'm selling myself short. It's not like I know nothing. I'm just saying I would have expected Germany to do a little bit better than they have so far. Still, they're in quarterfinals, so that's not too much to complain about. I believe they won against... shit. I want to say Ukraine, but I'm thinking of all the results, I think. Yeah, anyway. Meanwhile, Netherlands, they had a completely normal group. And I believe there's only like 4 teams per group. Which meant that if each team gets just about 1 win, or, well, if one team wins all the games and the other 3 teams can win 1 each, then you're going to need a tiebreaker, and that's exactly what happened for the Netherlands. We tied with 2 other teams. Don't ask me which ones, I'm sorry. And then play their way through the tiebreakers to make it into the playoffs. And in the round of 16, can I just say I don't like having to call that the round of 16. In German we have the word Achtelfinale, which is just an 8th final. Like, you know, it goes grand finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, 8th final. And it's just English where that doesn't sound good. So you have to like completely switch systems, go round of 16. Or playoffs round 1. And but yeah, I believe they beat Hungary there. And now they're up against each other. I will remind you, this is single elimination. This means whatever team loses this game, best of 3 maps by the way, whichever team loses this game is completely out of the cup. And the winner moves on to the semifinals. And this does already guarantee a top 4 spot. Alright, looks like a couple more people are joining. I see 12 on the map, as well as, was that 2 more in spec? So I am hoping it's not going to take too much longer. And I'll try my best not to have my commentary be too biased. I mean, no, okay, you know what? I'll be as honest as to say I do want Germany to win. If you look at their like really long-term Nations Cup history, they won the first one, and since then they've just kind of been doing worse every single time. So I do want them to break the curse. But Netherlands, not exactly a team I, what's the word? Unsympathize with? That's not a word. But yeah, you get the idea. I have nothing against the Netherlands. Except for the fact that in order for them to win, they have to beat Germany. So that's what I have against them. Oh no. Okay, never go third person on the sniper, or crazy things happen when he scopes in. Little insider tip for you. Let's see if they're already on the right teams. No, not quite. Still seeing Dreamy on red. Who, not sure, is he AFK? I can't be bothered to find him right now, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the wild prediction and say that Germany's going to be on blue and Netherlands are going to be on red. I have had the really weird impulse to keep saying Denmark, and I don't know why. So I'm already looking forward to the time that I screw it up midstream. I'm like, oh, Denmark wins! And then some Danish person is like, wait, what? We weren't even playing. I am enjoying the amount of stupid unlocks that are being used here. I saw a family business, I saw a brass beast. Alright, 16 players on here. Waiting for 2 more Dutchmen. I'm wondering right now, I could probably bother to get up my phone and like check the stream chat over that. Because that's my little trick. The big reason that basically all casts are with 2 people is so that they can like keep each other in conversation. So the hardest part about solo casting, at least like difference-wise, is to keep having something to talk about. And I think the chat is a wonderful way to cheat that system a little bit. To at least answer that, you know? But I obviously don't want to alt-tab all the time, because then you would see the chat too and it'd be kind of awkward and blah. So, yeah, I'd rather do it via phone. Do you think I have enough time? You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go get my phone. Alright, that's set up. I just realized, if everything's working, then blackouttv should be hosting my stream right now. Which means I kind of have the choice whether I want to look at blackouttv chat or my own stream's chat. But yeah, honestly, I think if this game is as fast-paced as I hope it is, I'll really only get the chance to look at that after the game anyway. So I don't think it'll be too important. Want me to do a roster rundown with 3 soldiers and 2 snipers? And 10 players total? Yeah, you know what? So, on the wonderful blue team, a fantastic amalgamation of German players and whoever the fuck Knoz is. I'm sorry, I cussed there. We got Mars on Soldier, we got Ignis also on Soldier, we got Taka also on Soldier. Okay, this is not making any sense, I refuse to continue, but... Hey, hello, blackouttv, can you host my stream? I'm a really good caster. Okay, yeah, no, let me hear your casting skills. I'm sorry. You might not even have noticed that much, but when I'm talking myself, I constantly feel myself tripping up on these tiny words. And when you're listening, like I myself too, when I listen back to them, I'm like, oh, you don't really pay attention to it. But in my mind, I get stuck up on it. which then results in people thinking I'm like getting frustrated out of just completely nothing. Just talking normally, like, oh yeah, everything's normal, you can see these plays, and I think this strat would be appropriate now, and oh, I hate myself! I never noticed how stupid the scout sound effect is when shoving with the shortstop. It's just like, hold on, I got it. Okay, gotta move away from the mic like that. There's like no gusto behind it. Like, come on, Nathan. Put more work into your voice acting. I'm just gonna close that because the only reason I'm checking the overlay at this point is for the time. I said I'm gonna close that! What are these weird flicks, Cry? Just shooting way lower than he should. Ooh, okay. Well, I suppose sometimes it does work. And honestly, you can't judge anything by pre-game. I mean, they are really just messing around right now. 8v8? Go on, show me. No, I'm pretty sure Titan is German. I mean, sure, it'll be embarrassing if I'm wrong like this entire time, but I think so. I'm like 80% certain. My Germanometer is at 80%. Let me free cam this. Let me free cam pre-game, because you must see how coordinatedly they're moving up so wonderfully. Look at that hold. Look at this hold. Clearly, best players of their respective countries. Oh, we got... No, wait, no, I thought we had 99. Yeah, that was tea time joining blue. And I looked at the player numbers so perfectly that I looked at red while it was 9, then he switched and looked at looked at blue and that was also 9. It's like a bit of a magic trick. I'm really only waiting for one more Dutchman right here. I unfortunately can't tell you who it's going to be. Jesus. As soon as I switch to any person, they die. Alright, their last is coming, according to Nightmare. Dreamy, take the shot. You can do it. Oh. Alright, Jelly joined Team Red. I will assume that that is the last one we needed. So I'm hoping to see players to get to their classes. And let's see if I even have time for a rundown, or if they're just going to ready up so fast to start the game that I have to get straight into that mid-fight. I'm really liking the scattergun name. Something about it makes it, like, pleasing to the eye. No, Rainy, watch out! There's a man with a gun! I think he's shooting your crotch, too. Okay, but Mr. Pleasing to the Eye saves our AFK hero. What a riveting story right here. Oh, I'm hearing a countdown! And I'm seeing a reset. And the what? So I'll assume that that was the good old classic ready up, ready down move. Alright, so let's see if the classes are getting a bit closer. Blue's missing an NG, but having double soldiers. While blue is fully correct. Red is fully correct. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that those are the classes that will actually be playing for the match itself. That means we have Nightmare on Spy. Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Nithstang? Nith? Was that the Nith? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't watch enough Premcasts. Okay, I will say Nithstang because it looks like a lowercase d. That's definitely not how it's pronounced, but whatever. Screw you. Yeah, he's on Soldier, then we got Vinegar on NG, we got Rainy on Heavy, we got Cry on Pyro, Icewind on Medic, Knoz? Knoz? It's like, I don't know. Was that Space Communist? Space Community? Space Communication? What's it saying? Who's that scout? He will be Mr. Pleasing to the Eye. That's going to have to be his name for the rest of eternity. I'm looking at Eviction Notice. I personally disagree already. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get into the first mid-fight right here. We're gonna stock Medigun. Oh, I do apologize, my HUD does not show Mediguns too obviously there on the side. I'm gonna go here, have some free count for this. Let's see what we can see happen. I'm already seeing 2 kills from Milchmann. As Germany seems to be taking the mid-fight. Oh yeah, that's a massive numbers advantage at this point. With only Netherlands soldier hiding off here. Is he gonna get found? He is. Alright, here comes the massive spawn wave. So you can tell, even when they're losing the mid-fight, they are organized enough to die so close to the same time, they all spawn together. Which lets them move up much more easily. And we can see Knoz respecting that sniper sideline. Got Milchmann up there on China, really locking down a lot of places. The Netherlands managed to move up to their rock. Germany is really passive right now. They have their Uber ready. Except they just dropped it to a headshot from Jelly. So that's gonna be an easy cap. Right there. So let's see how they're going to retaliate from that. They feel a bit split up to me right now. Like, sure, they have a bunch of players there on the left. But it's not like, what would you call that? Are those the flag classes? Are those the combo classes? What's going on? Right, they found themselves a bit better there towards main. Working this push as the red Uber gets popped. They don't have a lot of players alive, so I would now try to get my medic out of that. And air blasted. Oh, and he does die to the pipe. Knoz is here all by himself. Not expecting him to survive that, nah. Ignis having gone pretty deep. Where the spawners are coming up now. And once more he gets found out. Oh wait, I didn't mean once more. I mean once more we have a soldier hiding in a corner hoping not to get seen too fast. Alright, Germany here on the crits. Up on the cliff. The problem with that, I feel, is that the demo is all the way over there. So if you want to crits on him, there we go, just like that. It did come over in time. I'm saying if you need that more suddenly, you might have troubles. Oh, this is a really fast back and forth. Like, You know what? Maybe that's actually an interesting viewpoint for a caster to have. Me just being really used to playing and watching lower level games. Open and silver. But yeah, I'm not used to things going this fast. But honestly, that just makes this better, honestly. Just I would also not expect national teams to have this amount of coordination. I'm quite positively surprised. Like, sure, they played like, what? 4 officials together so far? And however many scrims. But they are, at their core, from different teams, you know. I'm quite happy to see how well they're working together so far. So let's see that. Netherlands have 35 seconds to make some kind of push work, while Blue is just holding on to their crits. How are they going to find a way in there? Starting to gain some ground. Crits get popped. Finding a demo kill with it. Ooh, that's a really nice aggressive pyro play. A lot of red players down. Well, Germany's looking a bit passive. Let's see. I don't think they should be just giving this point. But they have those slow spawn times that don't let them get their reinforcements fast enough. But yeah, 2 minutes. That's plenty of time. And to anyone who doesn't know it, it's best of 5 for this map. First one to win 3 rounds wins this map. Then we move on to Upward. If the same team that wins here wins that, we already have a winner. Otherwise we move on to Bad Water. And there's a lot of really nice stabs from Nightmare just there. As well as the crits. As Netherlands are basically wiped. And with the overtime cap, that means round 1 to Germany. Pretty clean showing. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the context of whose pick this map was. Like, I think I might look that up between the maps, because that would be very interesting to see. Like, if this was Germany's pick, I was like, yeah, sure, nothing special. Let's free canvas again. Oh. Not sure what that lag was, but it looks like Germany have won another mid-fight right here. They did, however, bleed the heavy and the pyro, and now the demo too. It's all the combo members except Medic. We're still on crits, that's a Sarge right there. The cap will be theirs. There it is. But with that Uber now also ready, this is something that the Netherlands can move up with. He's really low! Gets forced by the scout there. You didn't even see him, he was behind us. That is Nerves of Steel. Popping at 5 health. Oh, and there's the crits through the connector. Some really nice sticks. Getting those kills. And defending the point once more, but there's the backstab. Nightmare evening out those Ubers. And with the fastest spawns that the Netherlands have right now, that might be all the advantage they need. Jelly's looking for the next pick. Across the point here. Yeah, Germany absolutely no. I cannot defend that. I gotta move back. Give that point. Space communism. Okay, that solves the mystery. But for me, he will just always be Mr. Pleasing to the eyes. See if he can fight the rest of the enemy flank by himself. Try. I think we've seen this on both sides of the map. They both like having their pyro pretty far forward, which is quite interesting. I'd say it works moderately well on products. You have that rock to dodge around. Okay, I saw a red Uber. And they are pushing quite deep with it. All the way to the enemy house. As the timers are equal already. And once more, another soldier lurk play. I don't know if anyone's coming. Oh, sorry. Bad camera work, my bad. He does get the scalp pick though. Whatever that's worth. Could have gotten more lucky depending on who was going to come out of there. Tomato looking for the med pick. Nobody's paying attention. There it is. The dead ring is out. It's not catching on fire. He knows the snap is right below him. What else can he do with it? A headshot. Has to get out again. He runs into the pyro. And has to die because of that. Alright, that's a blue cap right there. With their Uber also ready. They did not have to use to get this. So let's see if they can set up another one of those holds. They got them about like 2 minutes advantage in the last round. Red team moving up with the combo a little. And I'm sorry, I keep calling them blue team and red team. I can't always remember to call them by their country names. Alright, and that's the blue Uber. Going as deep as they can. Chasing this heavy through the house. Oh! He gets out at, what is that? 11 health. And that's the recap. As the Sarge died. Menti, I dare call that overextended over there. But the spawns are coming in now. On both sides. The Netherlands are missing some really important players. With Pyro and Demo. So that's going to be a relatively fast recap for the Germans over here. And honestly, I think they could be playing this so aggressively right now. Like, sure, they're missing their flank. But apart from that, they do have some comfortable numbers right now. And they're playing a bit too passive if you ask me. The mate are getting some big stabs too. I think this would be a good time to move up. They have their Uber ready. So if they could just like move forward to that teleporter or something, I think that would work quite well. But they opt to stay back there with that rock. Icewind is looking for players to group up with. Been somewhat lonely until first people come through the teleporter. We have a little bit of downtime. So Sarge is holding onto his Uber. Jelly looking for the sniper duel. I did put a lot of damage on there. But I believe that was overheal, saving Milfman's life. There's a lot of Dutch people going down. With 5 seconds left, they could pretty much just throw themselves onto the point. Nothing else left. There's nobody close enough except for the spy who don't... Oh, I'm sorry. I was under my camera, my bad. But that's going to be a 2-0. 56 seconds on the clock this time. Netherlands making some headway. But so far, Germany deservedly better. And again, if we knew it was Germany's map, this would not mean much. But if it turns out this is the Dutch map, then they will be in trouble on upwards soon. Although, I don't want to call it yet. I've seen plenty of turning a 2-0 around to a 3-2. So let's not speak too soon. So Germany has had much more clean mid-fights so far. They're losing a lot of players this time, but they do seem to come out overall victorious. Let's see if they can find the med pack now. The med pack. Alright, there it is. Well, you get your spy, your scout, and your heavy working together for that. And there's not much the medic can do. Alright. Sarge only just respawning, so that's an ever so slightly tiny Uber advantage for Germany. Oh, Dreamy, that's crazy aggressive. Not quite gonna work out. Right, and I honestly think the Netherlands are wasting too much time right here. I have to set up some sort of play. Oh, there's Tomato. Tomato finding another mat pick. Throw it on the pile. And the Sarge just went down. I unfortunately didn't catch to what. So now you can see the German team already... Oh, sorry. Never on the sniper. You can see them already moving back. They know they can't hold this for very long. So they're like, okay, let's rather keep our players alive. Let them cap. But Manti is way more aggressive than the rest of his team here. Is he gonna get punished for it? Looks like he's gonna get out at 21 health. No, he gets revolvered down. Not a big kill. I think that's a big kill. Looking at the kill feed. Alright, and now I think you can really see the difference between how these teams are holding. Like, this is the Dutch hold. You got the medic over here, Dogbred. Got the heavy right around the rock. They've got a lot of people at the point or even further to the front. While Germany likes to be a lot more passive, like behind their own rock. And of course, you gotta take into account the game situation. Like, they just succeeded with the push. They're trying to chase some kills and stuff. But even apart from that, I feel like the Dutch holds are a bit more further forward. And to be honest, that's kind of a bad thing in this case. Not inherently, mind you. Okay, there's got an Uber versus Uber situation. But Germany has lost some combo members. Trying to get out now. They do stay alive. Nobody wants to chase that far. I heard a medic getting a headshot. That must mean that Milchman's on the loose. Oh, and the Netherlands. Everybody's low or dead. Or just spawned. Okay, I'm sorry. As Germany stacks this point really hard. And that's 130 versus 150 on the timers. I think it's once more looking pretty good for the Germans. As I said, don't speak too soon. Koth is the place for upset victories, if you ask me. Because all the rounds are so short. Single major mistake can really change a lot of the outcome. Know's trying to put some like charged stickies in there, but he ends up being too aggressive and gets headshot. Let's see if Nightmare can create the advantage that the Netherlands so desperately need right now. Though you gotta keep in mind, Germany's Demo and Sniper only just spawned. They're moving up with the teleporter pretty fast, but this might be the chance to surprise them. When Nightmare eats a pipe, that puts him back a couple of seconds. When there's only 30 seconds on the clock, that can be quite dangerous. So the Uber's almost ready. I'm going to keep the camera on Icewind. There's a spy! Demo goes down! That's a lot of the pushing force gone. And they're missing a lot of numbers too, but there's 20 seconds and he has Uber. Someone's got to jump Icewind. There it is. It's going to have to be a heavy Uber. Got no one else there with him. I don't think this is going to end too well. How is he supposed to survive that? Okay, the first reinforcements are coming. It's overtime. All you could do is jump the point. Just gotta get on there. Blue Uber to just block it. And we're changing level. Okay, let me explain that. What happened there is Germany won it 3-0. Like literally 1 or 2 seconds after when it cut out. And there's a thing, delay map change protectors, like the command, where you're not supposed to change maps until the STV has caught up with the ending of the match before it. Which should be 90 seconds? I'm not sure. But you can just disable that. You can just go TV delay map change protect 0, and then you can change the map instantly. And that's what I did here. I think it might be, part of the reason might be that they just don't know they're being casted. Because I didn't even get the connect string from any leader. It was just, I just took a look at what server he's on and modified the IP to, you know, make it the STV one. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to be casted, make your STV password anything but TV. It's a little tip there. So yeah, instead of seeing the last bit of action, we get to see some "please wait for broadcast to start" action while we get some trippy. What was that? It's not snowflakes. Is it dust in the sun? I'm actually not sure. I'm also quite surprised that it's something that stays, even though I have a pretty harsh graphics config. It's like, we're gonna make the graphics really pixely, and we're gonna take out all sorts of detail. But you know what? Let's leave the little. Hold on. Right, sorry, confusion. Yeah, let's get a really harsh graphics config that cuts out all sorts of stuff. But let's leave the particles. They are doing absolutely nothing, but look pretty. Alright, first people are spawning in, so at least we don't have to look at the LSD simulator anymore. And yeah, so that's the first map to Germany. I will refrain from looking up whose map it was. Actually, oh, you know what? I brought my phone! It all comes together. I can look it up on my phone. Oh wait, that's actually allowed in chat. Whoops. What's the score now? Oh yeah, sorry. Well, that would make sense for me to have some kind of overlay there. So I don't know how long ago you wrote that. I'm sorry, but the first map was Product. It ended 3-0 for Germany. So that's the first map. Second map will now be Upward. If Germany can win that too, they've got the ticket into semifinals, and the Dutch are out. Otherwise, if the Netherlands win this, we will go on to the third map, which is Badwater. And now, if I recall correctly, there's a bit of an awkward rule where officially you're supposed to just play one half. So you attack once and you defend once, and that decides a stopwatch map, a payload map. But if both teams agree, they could just say, you know what? Console, even if your game is not casted, do not change map before STV cut off, for fuck's sake. Is that an automatic command, or is someone getting salty who has control of the console? That's wonderful. I think that's served me admin powers. Thank you. But yeah. I've completely forgot my own train of thought there. So I'll show you some pre-game action. Yeah, if both teams agree, they can just say we're going to play best of 3 for this map anyway. But that could make a game pretty darn long. Like, if they're slow, and I don't think they're going to be, I think Upward is probably the fastest payload map that I can think of, especially at the higher levels. But, yeah, even then, if you imagine 3 rounds of that, and then 3 rounds of Badwater, and it could have been 5 maps of Product, you could have a really long game. I believe that's actually what happened in Open Grand Finals last season, which I did cast. But, this is looking to be a bit more merciful. They did not say anything about, best of 3 in chat. And looks like we're going to have, the Dutch on, defense first. So let's watch the NG. It's on Jag. Standard sentry spot. Standard tele spot. Right, and that's on the stairs. I'm not going to say like, ooh, wow, what an off-meta weird thing to do, but I feel like the most common one still is all the way with the mat pack in the corner there. So, at least that's somewhat unique. I'm looking forward to seeing Saga's rollout, see if he does the dispenser different, or if I'm just misinformed about what engineers do these days, because I've been a heavy main for years and years. The HUD currently says 0 seconds setup. Did I fix it? Yes, I did. Wonderful. So let's watch the blue team coming out of here. Some guys on the cart. The Fist of Steel to not get headshot. Or, well, you can still get headshot, but you might not die instantly. Let's free cam this, see what they're going to do with it. So I don't think the suicide wave went too well. Icewind lost a total of 40 health there, I believe. So now Germany is in the awkward position of having to decide, are we going to do a second suicide wave? Or are we going to start doing a full push with Uber? Looking like another suicide wave for me. At least I'm not seeing the medic anywhere. The blue medic. And Ready, we got popped there. The blue players are dying for it, but that's the thing about Upward first. You spawn so close, you spawn so fast. You can just not care about that and move on with your life. But still, that's 2 suicide waves. So that's a decent amount of time that Netherlands got on the clock. You don't really expect too much value out of the first point anyway. And that's the blue Uber getting popped. Sarge flying through the air from Pyro Air Blasts. And of course I pick all the people with the craziest high sensitivity aim. But yeah, that's going to be the first point for Germany. As they move up to hill here. Mr. Pleasure to the eyes goes down to the Pyro. Did not quite... actually goes down to the heavy. Did not quite get a kill with it. So they're trying to gain as much ground as possible, as fast as possible. Looking to be another sniper duel. Jelly versus Milchman. Milchman? God damn it. I'm trying to be the one caster who pronounces Milchman right. But if I'm in the middle of speaking an English sentence, it's quite tempting to just say Milchman. That's what Tomato can do with this. Trying to gun down that sniper is not going to be enough. But the Dutch are missing a lot of players. And you can just edge that card in 1 second. And as I say that, you don't really need to edge it in. Because Netherlands are recognizing a disadvantage. And moving back while staying alive. They are however, keeping a soldier up here. Just to delay it a tiny bit more. Get some bonus damage in. See, it's quite safe up there. And looks like they're ready for their next Uber. Red has theirs too. And it's kind of hard to say. I would... Looking at numbers, looking at the dead players on my little left bar on the screen, I would honestly argue that Germany came out the winner of that exchange. But the fact is, Netherlands still have this ground. So let's see what they can do with it. The problem is they can't stop the cart, because they can't go this far forward. They are still holding around third. Unless they got their spawns up now. They might be able to hold on to this point just a tiny bit longer. Oh, that's a spy! Right, now this is the first point. First time that the Netherlands are actually managing to like really stop this momentum a bit more. We've got a lot of Uber advantage now. Milchman really far forward. Has a wonderful flick shot. Damn it, damn it! Stop at the snipers! I believe this red Uber got forced off. I can't quite imagine this being on purpose. So that's going to create just about 50% Uber advantage for blue. So they're looking to move up already. Red spawners are coming in, which lets them be like sort of behind here. Gets juggled by the heavy though. Tomato just finds the zap before dying, which is enough to let the sentry go down. Card caps third. And Dutch players are still dying. Let's see if they can even establish this hallway hold. Because I think they might not. It's Mars already in there. They do have to use though. Just Knoz and Icewind. Have to flee, have to jump down. Knoz is staying. See what damage he can do once the Uber's over. Put some on a Sarge. Still alive, 99 health. Oh, they're both low. Aww. Oh, nightmare. The zap and stab and revolver damage. It's a bit less catchy. Oh, that's not a Razorback. That means you die. The cart's just about to be edged in. A lot of people around it. Red team has to start jumping it. We got Cry down here. Ah, he's too low. That's the NG, I believe. And there it is. 5 minutes 44. Now, if I was casting a silver game, I'd be like, ooh, wow, what a fast time. Impressive. But I'll put it as one of the few maps that I have frequently watched in Prem games. And I'm actually willing to say that's not too crazy. It's definitely not slow, never ever, but it's still beatable. I mean, they had the Uber disadvantage problem on third. They had they needed 2 suicide pushes on first. Yeah, but apart from that, it went pretty fluently for Germany. Oh, sorry, I was trying to find out where the dispenser is when Saga's at the wrench. Oh, actually pretty much the same. Alright. Ooh, look at that spot that Dreamy's doing. I do know it exists. I did not know that the scout could just get there. Hold on. Sorry. Can you get there with just the atomizer? Or did he like wing at this? Oh, just the atomizer. Interesting. I also wonder if he's actually going to stay there, preparing some kind of weird lurk play. Because if that happens, then he's going to have to stay there for a long time. Yeah, okay, he's not. He's really just showing off that he knows about the spot. Let's watch a blue player. See what they can figure out. Actually, let's not. Where's the blue players at? Not the card pushes. Come on, someone who suicides in. Rainy looking for that spy here, checking the common spots. Unbeknownst to him, it's behind him somewhere. Ooh, Iceman already coming out. That's really early. That's the spy. Did he just give him a savage? Oh, no, I think he switched away. So there's the Uber exchange going on over there. Tea time to deny as much of it as possible. Oh, that was a waste. That was a waste of a blue Uber. They managed to keep Iceman alive. But I think they could have like achieved a similar result without using their own Uber. This is suboptimal, I dare say. That's gonna put them under serious time pressure. Unless they find a way to push this with without using the next Uber they get. As a lot of red players are low, and they have to like have really passive positions here. But at the end of the day, they are controlling the tracks, and that's what matters. The first kill's coming in. Alright, alright. That's the call. That's the call from Germany to back out. Deacon is still taking the teleporter. Let's see what he can do with that. Oh, he has been found. A tiny bit of damage on the heavy. That's not going to be enough. And alright, so they did in fact manage to push first without using their second Uber, which is ready just about now. Let's watch someone who might be involved in that. Come on. Someone. No, screw it. Let's go with heavy. What are all these people doing so far away from the battle? Nightmare looking to find the... a single headshot is enough on a Sarge. It's not quite enough though. He dies to the quick scope. Oh, Iceman in a really awkward spot. He's going to stay alive. But he really needs some backup here as the rest of his combo arrives. But that's a major Uber advantage for Germany. And 3 minutes to go when you've only capped first. Time's ticking. It's absolutely still possible, definitely. I think if you really just stack the card as hard as you can, most map times are like under 2 minutes total. So it's almost always possible until it's completely over. But that doesn't mean it's always realistic. So I think the Netherlands are going to have to start moving up soon. They have their own Uber ready, but they're missing all these players. They're probably going to have to wait for the next spawns before they can really make something happen. Demo goes down to... Med drops! How did that happen? Was it a trap? He died to sticks, that's all I know. Oh, that might seal... Oh, that drop, honestly, that might actually seal the Netherlands' fate in the Nations Cup. Because again, I remind you, if they lose this map, then they're completely out. It's quarterfinals, no second chances. Germany's taking some really aggressive positions now. Oh, putting all these pipes down here in cave. Still getting out alive. Some pretty strong throwing from... some pretty strong throwing Wonderful. So pretty strong showing from Menti here. But I think he's also realized he can toy with the Dutch at this point a little bit. Like the blue team right now is just under so much pressure to move up so quickly. 1.5 minutes. They get this next two, but they pop it as soon as they have it on the heavy. Red answers with theirs. Sentry gets moved. Not even that actually went down. Where's their demo? Where's that blue demo? They did manage to get Hill. They did manage to get a Sarge. But 1 minute. And the cart is not moving. As Icewind dies to the Pyro, I guess? Oh, to the Power Jack even. Oh, that's humiliating a bit. Okay, whoa. It looks like they have established a pretty good place. And by they, I mean literally just Jelly. Should be enough to cap second, but I think it's time to call it. Nobody said GG yet. But this is looking like I can already predict Germany for the semifinals. Yeah, 20 seconds. I think both teams at this point know it's over. Unless that best of 3 deal has been struck after all, and I just don't know about it. But yeah, the way they're looking right now, I think the Germans already semi-celebrating the entry into semifinals. Right, now I'm going to stick around for a little bit to really find out, because again, they could have decided to play this map best of 3, which would mean that the Netherlands get one last chance. If they call GG's in chat now, then it's over. Come on. Or if people leave, you know, that would also be a clear sign. Oh, they're actually playing it again. They're doing it, alright. Alright. It's going to be MP switch teams. So we're going the other way around here. I did find it quite weird that GG's were not being called there. But if you consider they didn't even manage to cap second. Like, sure, nothing really carries over from one payload half to the other, but... sorry, watch the NG. Nothing really carries over from one stopwatch half to the other, but you still feel the whole... We didn't even cap second. And you feel like sort of weighing down on you for the next round. And honestly, if they're top level players, they should be able to just get over that and not have it impede their play. But there's always just a tiny, you know, just that tiny smidge of psychology in just how well you aim, in just how calm your comms are. You know, that kind of stuff. And that can affect the game. That can absolutely affect everything. But on the other hand, Germany's not allowed to get overzealous now. They just throw away their holds. They just feed now or something. There's nothing stopping Netherlands from still turning everything around. It's all still in here. So let's see if they decide to bring their Met out again. They do not. I think that's a pretty good decision like this. Tomato goes down, so that's one less threat to worry about. Oh, Icewind came out again. Ah, that's too early. You really gotta let a whole suicide wave happen without your medic. Or you really gotta worry. Like, look how low he is now. Dreamy gets around but gets denied by the mini sentry. Oh, Icewind in such an awkward spot. Okay, he used now. Deciding, okay, enemy pyro and demo down. That's enough to push on. Don't have much damage and they can't deny the Uber. So that's nice. Blue had to get out pretty fast. The health not looking too great. So let's see if Germany's going to decide to hold on to this point. I don't think they can really afford to. Okay, now they're moving out. That means crossing that sideline. Sarge stays alive. That's the first cap. Faster than last time. Ooh, and they're already moving up to... Oh, sorry. Bad angle. They're already pushing up on this hill. Sarge being pretty low. And we can't see any bombs or anything. A lot of Dutch players dead right now. Rainy gets alive, gets out alive. Eats his own sandwich. His Iceman is sort of left to his own devices there. Gerardied and low on health. If that gets called, can someone get on him fast enough? I don't think so, no. And that's the next Uber exchange. Yeah, you can see a difference in play of what the Netherlands are doing now. Like, sure, this push probably failed. Well, actually, still have their sniper up here in the demo. That's still gonna mean some damage. But yeah, no, you can't camp off of that. That's not enough. That's not enough kills. But yeah, you can still tell how much quicker the Netherlands are moving right now. Like there, we have Uber. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, Iceman goes down to the long range shotgun. Oh, that hurts. Ooh, we got another collateral. It's always satisfying. Even just the soundbite is enough. Like if you got that for any headshot, it would still be satisfying, even though you would get completely spammed with it when Milchmann's on the server. Oh, Ignis as aggressive as before. Wait again. Hold on a minute. I just realized. Does that mean he was running shotgun in Highlander? I see that incredibly rarely. Also running direct hit. In defense. Interesting. Alright. Now they have those massive numbers that they want to work with. So they should not have to use their Uber. Get that sentry down. That sentry is the only thing stopping you. Heavy gets sniped. Wait, what? Oh, from there. Jesus. Alright, and Germany looking to establish their third hold now. But they did lose their soldier and the sniper. That's not nothing. As Assad is sitting in this little hallway sort of place. Just about to have his own Uber. But still going to take quite a while longer for the Netherlands. Oh, what's going on now? Okay, just lag, I suppose. And Germany missing some combo members. Is that enough to do a full push? Ready gets popped. Mr. Pleasure to look at. Can keep moving that cart forward. Oh, dies. That was too aggressive. Alright, I got it up one of those hills. That's something, as long as it doesn't roll back. Milchmann has the aggressive spot now, though. And he's not running Razorback. That really is quite ballsy. But yeah, with how passive the Netherlands are forced to play right now. At least for the moment, that's going to work out. Knoz goes down. Menti finding more major damage. And a lot of blue players right there. Oh, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has an early access update. I should really disable that, I'm very sorry. That's the important news. And Milchmann dead at 25 seconds respawn time. That's gonna give the Netherlands a lot more space to move around with. Germany's so aggressive right now with his hold. Menti keeps putting damage forward here. It's so hard to move through this. Sorry. It's hard to move through this. Like, look at this. Well, as I say that, Germany backs off. Sarge just around the corner. As the Netherlands are edging their way up this slope. And the cart being pushed in the meantime. Ah, that's to the Rowdy stick. Right, looks like it's gonna take another push to get this third point. It's a lot of time down already. How much is that? So like 7 minutes already? What it feels like at least. There's 4 minutes, 1 second for the second point. Don't know however long they've been here. See what Tomato can do with this. Does he want the spy stab? Oh! That's embarrassing. Oh, that he even has a bind for that. That's wonderful. Assassin's Screed IRL. Wonderful. Nightmare finds the zap. Because there's a lot of German players down. They're holding on to the Uber, but in a terrible spot with it. As Assad is going to get trapped. He can... Oh! Can he make it up? He actually made it up there! Oh my god! I was actually just about to suggest that he just hits a suicide bind. Just so he can spawn faster and build the next Uber, but he actually got out of that. That is beautiful. And you gotta keep in mind, that door actually closes when they cap third. So if that same thing had happened a couple seconds later, it wouldn't even have been possible. And yeah, we're actually at 8 minutes now already. I got the whole last point to cap. Why is he running around with the skull cutter? Oh, he did get a kill! He killed Milchman with it! Oh, jeez! Alright, this time, alright. We did not see this last half. But what we have right here, that's the upper hallway hold. If you can establish it, probably the best last hold on upward. That's gonna... I predict, at least, is gonna be a lot more time that Germany can put on the clock, especially with the like 40% Uber advantage right now. They're sitting up there. Oh, he died! He died to sticks! It must have been like 99% or something. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, that really hurts. Only 2 red players alive now. And you gotta keep in mind they have really slow spawn times. They can get the sentry now. Cart's being moved forward. Ah, they have to peek out of it because of that spy, then the sentry gets them. Still technically numbers for the Netherlands. Keep the cart moving forward. As Master's moving up, putting damage on Ice, but he dies! Oh, jeez. Oh, Mars just cleaning up there. Bringing the Uber advantage back to Germany. Ah, they could have pushed last out of that. If they had realized that numbers advantage was so big, and if they had gotten that sentry. This could have been it already. When they've actually re-established this upper hold. As the Sarge is at 80%. Hiding in this little safe spot. Some fake calls, presumably. Cry trying to find his own way up here. That's not gonna end well. You might need a couple more people with you as Knos is trying to move from the bottom. They're all going in one by one. What is this? Maybe the fact that they've already wasted so much time is getting to them. But the only thing they can do about it is pull themselves together, regroup, do one more really big push. They have the numbers for it now. Pyro and Demo went down for Germany. As Knos is moving up. Both Ubers popped. Milchman. Oh, there's a sentry there. I don't think you can... Can he? Still alive with 13 health, stuck on this guard. Oh, there it is. Actually gets headshot, that's a bit of overkill. But Mars and the Sarge still up here, holding strong. And by that I mean dying. Cementy is in the most awkward of all spots. Oh, I got shot through the tiny little crack. Alright, these are numbers. These are numbers to push the cart with. Tomatoes on it, only get some face stabs, and by that, you know, butter knives. It's not enough. Just gotta jump the cart now. Nobody's close enough. That's it. 11-19. Oh, jeez. Ooh. I have seen slower times, but I cast really low games. You kind of gotta weigh those against each other. It's not the worst time in the world, but you hear that from someone who mostly looks at the worst players he can find. Well, the worst comp players, which still isn't bad, but you know. Ooh, was it a home wrecker? I am interested in seeing if he's actually going to keep that. Because I do believe that upward defense involves enough. Shit, we gotta get out of here. Run to hill, run to spawn, run to third, run to everywhere. That power jack is justified. But well, I guess there's one chance to change because of his suicide. Let's find him. Of course, I take the longest route to get there. Okay, now it's on power jack. Oh, wait, what? I'm sorry, I've completely confused myself. He's on home wrecker. He's actually keeping it. But he was in the middle of the swing. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. No need to think. No need to think about the thing that you were literally just talking about. Alright. And it's kind of hypnotizing looking at the left screen in the last seconds of setup time when everyone's buffed. And all the little numbers are moving at the same time. Hit your bind, Saga. There you go. Took him a bit long. Maybe we had to like look for it on his keyboard. But Icewind still holding on to his Uber. Doesn't look like a lot of people are getting even remotely close to him. So I would call that a failed suicide wave for Germany. Let's see what they want to do with their next life. Mars has to wait for other people to catch up. Moving in now. Oh, angle's looking okay. Iceman in a really safe spot though. For anything except getting sniped, I suppose. As the cart gets moved forward, neither team has used. Germany's so aggressive right now that the cart's made it around one of the two curves. Alright, that's the second suicide wave. Still not getting that Uber forced. Let's see what else I want to do with it. Alright, Asajj has come out now. He's fully aware Domato is alive. He's a constant threat. You saw him moving past there on the right just now. As the Dutch Pirate does everything to just deny this here. Oh, this is chaos. Alright, that's both Ubers used. And with the spawn advantage for blue, that might be all they need to cap first. Come on! You have all your players alive! Cap this cart! Right, finding that heavy kill. That's removing a chunk of health from anyone who could be holding hill. And the Dutch realize that, moving back. That is effectively another hold given up. Uber's almost equal. As Germany's moving up the side here. They're both ready. Using around here. Don't have a pyro to fully deny this. But they are right by the cart. So it can't quite get pushed in. As Mars is putting damage on them from above. Icewind in an awkward spot. You can get sniped there. Mishman's watching. Gets out in time. As Tomato's ready to zap and stab. Wonderful. So that should easily be enough advantage. Cap the point now. As Jelly and Cry still playing moderately close around the cart. Oh, that's right. They still have the spawns really far back. Oh, you need that teleporter. You need that blue teleporter here. Tomato trying to get the cap time, but there's people playing right around it. Ready to just body block and kill. Oh, it looks like Germany's... Ah! Oh, this is awkward. Having the cart right there, wanting to reclaim hill. But if you neglect this, Tomato's just gonna shove it in a tiny bit. I wanna see what he's going for. I think I just heard a medic die. Yeah, that was Icewind. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. I was really excited to see what Tomato's gonna come up with next. The answer is nothing. But he is in fact not getting found yet. Ah, some slightly off-meta spots for Spencer and Sentry. It's always nice to see. Yeah, and looks like the Dutch have actually regained this hill now. And we just warp through it. Germany is moving into cave. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to move up the side here like they did earlier. But if they get caught out in this tiny little doorway, find the heavy kill, but there's going to be a lot of demo spam coming their way. As Mars is probably going to die? Is he not? How is he? Whoa. Right, 6 minutes to go. That's less than they needed for the whole map the first time. But they are looking sort of stuck. They found the map pick on Icewind and have their own Uber ready now. Against 4 players. Honestly, I actually think they might have been able to do this without using. But so be it. Better safe than sorry. Sort of establishing this little spawn camp with Menti. Oh, look at that. Look at that health. A few seconds go on without fighting, and suddenly everyone's buffed. It's a sign of a good medic. Of 2 good medics, honestly. Alright, Knoz getting aggressive again. Was it Cnoz? Is there any nicer way to pronounce it than Knoz? Because that sounds... Honestly, it sounds more German than any of the Germans. Knoz. Alright, and still Uber advantage for Germany. So they're moving up the cart. Up the second little slope now. Team is probably... Yeah. Has to get out. Alright, here he got popped off. They made it up the slope, but not too far around the corner. Is that they want to go inside instead? Or not? Or they're just being... Okay. They're sort of indecisive there. That's going to cost them the push, I think. But it was enough to move the Netherlands so far back. They can't comfortably play right around the cart now. So Menti's zoning him out now. As the Dutch are moving back, yeah, they lost even more players. And they lost a medic as well. So the Uber advantage, even now, still stays in the hands of Asajj. Asajj? J? Or J? Oh, looks like we're gonna get some level sentries on offense. Germany is finding their way up the hallway. Oh, Tomato gets found out. Is he gonna survive this? Oh wow. Oh, Iceman died to the scout! Dreamy got in at the exact same time. I didn't catch it, I'm afraid. That's gonna be a serious hit to their hallway hold as well. Only Cry and some flag members up here now. And there's that level sentry. Just about getting saved from the Wrangled Devil 1 up there. Oh, you know what? These are actually pretty creative NGs. At least I've never seen that. A sentry getting wrangled from another sentry. Both of which in weird spots. Alright, moving up here again. Sarge's Uber is almost ready. It's a small advantage for Germany. Want to keep him healthy as they're moving up now with the heavy Uber. Menti's got to follow up. Oh, Menti's busy in the back. I think that was too much of a distraction. They can still push this. But the red Uber... Okay, now it got used. Oh, they're going all the way into basement. Sarge cannot survive that. No way. Nah. That's just not possible. Right, now Germany has 2 minutes. They can push that car into the pit in 2 minutes. They're moving into semifinals. It looks like they're playing really passive right now. Not sure if they're waiting for the Uber, waiting to like group up for the next big play. But either way, they are at Uber disadvantage, even if it's small. And it's on them to think of the next good play. Because they get 2 more pushes max. Oh, Menti going too lonely down there. Was faster than the rest of his team, only now moving to basement. Tomatoes up here, has no sentry there to zap. I want to take that. Want to take that teleporter? Not sure if you've even noticed it. Right, that's the Uber exchange. Red got to use theirs a lot later. And 50 seconds on the clock. One last chance for Germany. To hammer the nail in. Mars feeding. There's like a Mars bar, chocolate bar joke in there somewhere. Ah, they're losing players when they shouldn't be. Although honestly, that goes for both teams. Look at that sidebar. No demo, no sniper. That already makes it a lot harder to defend last. But 25 seconds. T-Time's ready for the kite. Ah, there's too many people above him. Dreamy's there. Sentry's not down. Somebody's got to finish up that sentry. 10 seconds. Looking bad for Germany now. 5 seconds. Still technically possible. Ah. Yeah, nobody's close enough, I think. Alright, that's going to be the second half. It's not really a half if it's best of 3, is it? Still, second round to the Netherlands. So this next half, I can only call it a half, I'm sorry. Round makes it sound like you only defend once and don't attack or something like that. So yeah, so this next half is going to decide the whole map. And I repeat, Germany wins, they're in the semifinals. If the Netherlands win, then we're seeing some bad water. And I'm gonna use this chance to drink something because my throat feels horrible right now. Did anyone clip that Metascape? Oh, I sure hope so. Yeah, I used the chance to have a quick little look at the chat. That might actually be the highlight of the match so far to me. We've seen some really nice spy plays. But I think... You know what? The poor meds, the poor Highlander meds, they get so few highlights. At least in 6s they like surf something crazy high occasionally or whatever. But how many highlights does a Highlander med get? I think escaping up the little... whatever you want to call it, this thing. You know what, let's give him credit. Let's call that play of the game. That was shit. I didn't realize that the concept I just thought of was play of the game. I apologize for mentioning the other game. Thou shalt not speak its name. And Germany to attack first, according to chat. Which is not currently the case, so we're gonna see switch teams. There we go. And I already got vinegar for the enduro light. Let me drink some more.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
I am fully charged.
So yeah, I am quite happy that they decided to have... I mean... Weidhof was making it sound like it's just always best of 3 in the playoffs. But I'm pretty sure that's not how it was. I'm pretty sure you have the choice whether you want to play paid out maps, best of 1 or best of 3. Or maybe I'm confusing it with the UGC rule, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm quite happy that they're playing it best of 3. Because now we got to see the Netherlands pulling something out. You gotta keep in mind, they actually had a pretty slow attack time. But once it really mattered, once their tournament lives were at stake, that's when they pulled off an even better defense than Germany did. And it's nice to see that. If the match had just ended after the first half of Upward, I think I would have been a lot less satisfied with the overall quality of this game. But now we're starting to see some good things. Oh, that bomb gets denied pretty hard. Poor guy. Semanti jumps in too, denied by the sentry. Oh jeez, so many flying people getting shotgunned here. No, first points really do have their own unique feel. Because there's not a lot of things you can do. And there's not a lot of timings you can do with them. It just feels limiting, you know? So when you fail multiple times in a row, you're like, oh, nothing works. There's no way. And when you get tricked by the same thing twice, you're like, oh, it's unbeatable. But yeah, Netherlands already moved back. I believe they got the Uber 4 stuff earlier. Ooh, a Sarge dies to the soldier. I only saw it in the kill feed. Wait, actually I see a black box right here. You probably saw it on screen, but I was looking at the kill feed. I missed the action. Alright, Milchman losing the sniper duel up there on hill. As Jelly's looking for more kills and expecting a spy right there. Oh, no one's coming. Passive little Germans that like the cave. Oh, Menti on so little health, you can see it through the wall. Right, now it's time to guess who's gonna make the next big play. Because the Netherlands have Uber-Ad. It's up to Germany to find a way. But I could just try to exchange here. But I don't think that's gonna work all too well. Oh! The Sarge's Uber got forced off. As they also lose Menti. I don't think that's gonna be a way to move up that little side entrance. That's just a bit too choky, a bit too low groundy. Mars is on that card, and it's not being watched all that much. Actually, it is by that sentry. Yeah, you can tell Germany really likes to move up this little side entrance here. Mostly just to avoid that sniper sideline up there. And I suppose to keep the meta a tiny bit more safe. But, Netherlands have caught on to that. They're like, alright, let's just hold really aggressively, really far forward and spam the shit out of them. I'm sorry. Oh, that's already a bit too late to save his own heavy. There's only got his pyro there. His demo died as well. And yeah, they are recognizing that that's going to be the chance for Germany to move up. Mr. Blue Uber gets popped too. Get someone on the cart. Icewind dies. So you got some defending players behind him. And that cart's not moving. That's the problem here. They have those numbers. This could be the cap. Netherlands willing to give that. Well, let's actually find out with this next spawn wave. If they're willing to contest again. I think not. No, okay. That took too long though. I could have just jumped on the cart way earlier than that. Oh, that was a trap. That was a trap right above you, Menti. Smirchman on lower health. Can even get body shot right now, but he does find the headshot on the enemy heavy. Ah, and then goes down to some sticks. As Mars is sitting here on 7 health quite confidently. Ah, Icewind died to an ambi headshot from Tomato. I again only saw it in the kill feed. Red spawns are coming in. Not sure if you can cap all the way with that. But Germany's moving up forward. Ooh, this Netherlands is down here in basement. They're doing it to rotate up to upper. Germany using into them, get that sentry down. That sentry that denied the cart so much in the last half, if you remember. I think without that sentry, Germany could have already been in the semi-final. It's going up again. They have most of their combo here. I don't see the demo. Oh, there it is. There's Knows. So yeah, looks like this hold is re-established for our Dutchman. As a lot of Germany is just way too low on health to really make this push work. Red team has their Uber ready. Oh, there's enough pressure being put on though. Red Uber gets popped off. They only have the heavy up there. Sentry's down. Is it? Yeah. Which means cap time all the way up to the edge. Which in turn means heavy has to drop down on him. And that sort of broke the upper hallway hold. While giving Uber ad to Germany. Which gets used now. Want someone to actually move the cart. So, oh, heavy falls into the pit. And the Sar's gonna die to the pyro too, I think. Maybe not. It's jump the cart time. Mr. Pleasant to look at. Cleans it up. 3 red players alive. This blue team is moving up on it again. Oh! Oh! Not quite in time. Butter knife too late. Cart was already tipping over the edge there. That's 6:52. Alright, middle of the pack based on what we've seen today. But the Netherlands do seem to have troubles attacking. Like, especially in the second half, they put on a really good defense. But neither in the first nor in the second did they have a good attack round. And you can argue whether that's because of Germany's defense or because of the Dutch offense. And in most cases, it's a bit of both. But the only thing you really need to know is that they have been struggling with it. And that right now, the tournament lives depend on getting a sub 7-minute time. And like, not just barely, but 6:52. I'm trying to put this into really fancy words, but you get the idea. I'm also seeing 2 blue heavies right now. Ah, the Putis. Pleasant to put this at. Oh, god damn it.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
I'm gonna free cam the first suicide wave again. We've seen a lot of first waves fail and then second waves succeed. Let's see if that trend continues. That's a demo bomb. Finds a sniper pick, that's something. Oh, I forgot Nightmare. We just had his bicycle melted. Dreamy getting around. Oh. Sarge playing it ultra safe all the way in the corner. Oh, they're gonna exchange Ubers for it. Let's see how that's gonna go. Saga's dead. It's Germany's NG. And I think that's single-handedly gonna be enough reason. Mooshman also went down there. It's enough to push the first point. So that's looking good for the Netherlands. If you caught that, Rainy was turning around at the exact worst timing that pyro go past. Oh, looking at the sidebar, the Sarge was quite low there. Sealed up since. You might want to move that sentry if you're going to seriously defend second. But I suppose you're not, because Rainy already has his little room spot up there. Got the medic up here. Got the cart moving ×5. And they got sticks forward. That's a really fast second push. 5 minutes to go. I think it's safe to say this map was probably the Dutch pick, considering how much better they're doing on it than they did on Product. Oh, Knoss gets juggled so hard by the sentry. I think he... Oh, Icewind fell down to the pit. Rainy surviving at... We've seen a lot of extremely low health heavies. 7. Exactly 7. This is what I've seen multiple times already. Yeah, if you look at that side, there's a big chunk of health taken out of almost every player's health. Big chunk of... I don't have a better way of phrasing that, but you get the idea. Jelly finding in his headshots, getting quite the advantage. I would argue that's enough to push on. That's easily enough to push on because the Sarge went down. So they're 4 minutes, and they're just about to cap third. This might actually work out for the Dutch. Milchman waiting to get a sightline on the card here. See if he gets something done. Nope. Does it even look at the card? Yes, it does. About 3.5 minutes to figure out a way to push last when you've already got Uber advantage. And the hold is looking like this. Sniper and demo. And I guess a pyro over there. That seems quite doable. Red missing combo members now. With extremely long spawn times. As the Dutch Uber is ready. Time to move up. Sentry still denying a lot. That means it's not showing the card. But Cry is playing around quite comfortably, and as I said, that he dies comfortably. Ah, that's not quite enough for a whip kill, I'm afraid. Ooh. Looks like that's going to be a successful defense for Germany still. As Icewind died. The Sarge is ready now. But they are forced back into this sort of uncomfortable hold right by spawn sort of thing. And Cry's on the card again, uncontested, because the sentry is only just being built. Oh, and the Netherlands are fully aware of that. 2 minutes to go and the card is at the edge. That can't end well. Dreamy's still playing around with no health whatsoever. No one's touching it. They're all shooting it. Oh, it's running back. Iceman goes down to the backstab. Was that Iceman? Yes, it was. Oh, and with that Clutch defense. Germany actually managing to establish this upper hold again. As Knoz goes down to a pipe. Cry by himself has to die to a scattergun. And they are dedicating some players to holding right around this cart now. Just to be safe. But that does mean that those players are missing elsewhere. Dutch combo starting to move up. To this hallway. Ooh. Icewind got headshot. Oh, but the Sarge goes down as well. 1 minute to go. A lot of red players down. They're getting some of the spawns. I think I might just free cam the rest of this round. Level blue sentry goes down. Playing right around the car is working for Tomato. Please no. Please don't lag now. Also, please don't switch maps too early. Jelly's watching from up there, making it really uncomfortable for tea time. Nightmare's getting around. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. That could be ending this quarterfinal here. Cry is up top. Dies to the sentry. Rainy's down low. 10 seconds. I don't think they have a very good idea of what to do now. Most blue players dead. Uber's not going to be ready in time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Rolling back. I think I can call it. And there it is. Germany. GG's. I know they can't read it. But I really feel the need to say GG after an actual good game. That was wonderfully close. You could see Netherlands learning from the mistakes within the very same match. And I'm quite happy so, because it's Germany started off really dominant. So, for your viewing pleasure, it's quite nice that it started to even out a bit more than that. So yeah, that means Germany advancing to the semi-finals. And Netherlands being out. I believe this is the first quarterfinal to be played, so none of the other teams are known just yet. But yeah. Shout out to blackouttv for hosting my stream, because they couldn't stream it themselves. And also, I might cast for them, hopefully, sometime. Not sure. I don't want to promise anything on stream when it hasn't been 100% cleared up. But yeah, it's been fun. Yeah. And I hope to talk to you guys again at some point. I'm going to read through the entire chat log, but I'm not going to answer on stream. I'm just going to read for my own amusement. So farewell, everyone.